The following program may contain subject matter and language suitable for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
And welcome back to another edition of The Meltdown. He's Jeff.
He's Norm.
And today we're talking about rules and regulations. Those nasty, nasty things that have been created to keep you from doing things you're not supposed to do. But are some rules meant to be broken? I don't know. I think some of them might be, but we'll look into that.
Yeah. It depends.
It does depend. So we've got some interesting odd rules from around the world in our fun facts. Lou Saracino will be here to do another Meltdown Minute, and then we're going to have a little bit of fun with some rule breaking. So I hope you stick around for that. Let's go to the first item on the menu, which is Meltdown Fun Facts. All right, here we go. 14 strange rules from around the world. Okay. Number 1, suspiciously holding a salmon in the UK. Parliament's famous Salmon Act of 1986 states that it's illegal to hold a salmon under suspicious circumstances. Not sure what that means. But
what? It's just a salmon I'm holding. What?
No, is that a salmon you're holding, or are you happy to see me? That's suspicious. Yeah. Here's another one. Chewing gum in Singapore.
Ooh.
When heading to Singapore, leave the juicy fruit at home and pop a breath mint instead. Among the lengthy list of items that aren't allowed to be imported into Singapore is chewing gum, a rule enforced in order to keep public spaces clean. An exception is made for a dental or nicotine gum. Nice to know there's always an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Naming your baby something weird in Denmark. Celebs in Denmark would be screwed since the country has official child naming guidelines. If you want to name your baby something other than the 7,000 approved names, you need to get approval from the government. I wish they would implement that in America. I really do. Because some of these names are just fucking weird, right? Aren't they? Like, you have a kid, what are you going to call it? Mirror. Mirror Jones. Or I don't know.
Coffee Table Smith. Of course, you can always change it when you're an adult. But
you can, but I mean, come on. You got to go through school with this name. Think of what your kid's going to go through, for God's sake. All right, here's another one. Recklessly biking in Mexico. Bikers may not lift feet from pedals, as it might result in a loss of control. This practical law was created in 1892 as a way to protect riders. However, no hands is still fair game.
Oh.
You just can't take your feet off the bike.
Wow.
So you know what? That foot-powered bike
I was thinking
wouldn't
about that
even
as
be
well.
allowed in Mexico because
Right.
your feet are never on it.
You're
so
right. You'd
be arrested the second you took it out of the box. Here's one that I'm sure we've all done. Hiking naked in Switzerland. Wow. The Swiss kindly ask you not to hike in the nude. In fact, Swiss canton Appenzell was the first to ban the indecent act after a naked German walked past a family picnicking in the Alps in 2009. So
I would think
go.
in Switzerland that type of thing would be allowed.
Yeah, it's just the kids you worry about.
Well, of course.
Look, Mommy, he's got his own hot dog.
Yeah, it's probably good that that's a rule.
Yeah. Here's another one. Being a bird perch in Venice. A fine of up to $700 is in store for anyone who feeds the pigeons in Venice's St. Mark's Square. The city banned the practice, citing the birds as a health hazard and as bad for the monuments. That one makes sense to me. Here's one we did cover in our show about crazy laws. And the way this is written, I have issues with it, but whistling in Canada. The city of Petrolia in Ontario has a law that limits excessive noise. The rules state that no yelling, shouting, whistling, or singing is allowed at any time. And my issue with how this was brought to our attention is the title, Whistling in Canada. And which might make people think you can't whistle at all in this country. Anywhere you go, it's just one little town called Petrolia. That's it. Here's another odd rule, having your chickens cross the road in Georgia. If you own any chickens in Quitman, Georgia, it's illegal to let them cross the road. Simply put, the law essentially wants owners to have their chickens under control at all times.
But what if the chickens want to cross the road to get to the other side?
Or some other parable, yes.
Yeah.
I know. They probably don't have any why did the chicken cross the road jokes in this place.
Yeah, because the chickens aren't allowed to.
Yeah.
Why
People
the
would say,
chicken
don't be ridiculous. Chicken would never cross the road. And I don't know why he's Russian. That's also weird. Here's another one, wearing high heels in Greece. Leave your stilettos at home if you're planning on sightseeing around Greece's historic cities. High heels are illegal at certain ancient monuments because they can damage them and because they often threaten preservation efforts.
That makes sense.
Right.
So it's not everywhere in Greece.
Again, yeah, it's kind of like whistling in Canada. You can whistle mostly.
You can wear high heels at a wedding, for example.
And whistle at a wedding in Canada.
Yeah.
Here's one, naming a pig Napoleon in France. So the law no longer states Napoleon specifically, but instead says that it's illegal to offend the heads of state by naming your pig after them. As of 2013, it's no longer a criminal offense, but you'd better stick with the name Wilbur if you want to avoid charges from the country's strict slander and defamation laws. So
I think being referred to as a pig is actually good. Pigs are good animals, and they're smart.
And bacon is yummy. But Jeff won't say that because he's a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Is that what you are? Or you're
Well, I'm more vegan now.
More
I'm
vegan.
Vegetarian, yeah.
But trust me, bacon is yummy. Here we go. Here is another. This is an actual law, Jeff.
Okay.
What you're not allowed to do is running out of gas on the Autobahn in Germany. Hitting 100 on the Autobahn is a thrilling feeling, but you'd best keep an eye on the road and the other on the needle. Running out of gas on the motorway will lead to fines. Basically, you should have known better and planned ahead, like any self-respecting German. So there you go.
And if you're self-respecting German, don't hike nude in Switzerland.
Yes, especially while a family's having a picnic.
Yeah.
And having hot dogs. Here's one that you've probably done, Jeff. What you're not allowed to do. Peeing in the ocean in Portugal. You can't pee in the ocean in Portugal, though we can't confirm or deny that anyone has ever been caught. Still, out of respect for your fellow beachgoers, just hold it, okay?
So if you're leaving Portugal and you really have to go to the bathroom really, really badly, and there's no place to go but the ocean, once you're in international waters, you can relieve yourself, right? That's how.
But that's quite a ways to go.
Yeah, are we international waters yet? Are we still technically in Portugal? Oh man, 1 more kilometer
Now,
to go.
if you're on a cruise ship, just go to the damn bathroom.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, they usually have a lot of toilets.
They do. Here we go. Here's another strange, odd law. Getting someone too drunk in Australian pubs. It's a bit counterintuitive, but down under, getting patrons too drunk at the pub is met with heavy fines. Interesting, eh? And here's
that's generally how it is here in Ontario. I mean, if you're not allowed to, a bar owner or bartender cannot allow somebody to get excessively drunk either, right?
Yeah, I think this is not watching how much someone's had to drink as opposed to your friends going out and trying to get you hammered. Okay. So it's more of a, the action is you're actually trying to do it.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our last odd factor on the world, using water guns in Cambodia on New Year's Eve. In 2001, Phnom Penh Governor Chia Safara banned the sale and import of all water guns, fearing they would cause social unrest during Khmer New Year celebrations. So that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Water guns. Although they're water guns. It's not like they don't make a bang sound or a popping sound. It's just...
Yeah.
So I don't know how that would cause unrest, but hey, maybe it was the sight of the water gun, perhaps. Okay, so that was it for our odd fun facts, and now let us go to Lou Saracino and a Meltdown Minute with Lou.
How do you do, folks? Today we're talking about rules and regulations, as Norman and Jeff were pointing out, and I have to say I'm wholeheartedly on board with rules and regulations, right? Because rules and regulations are important. Not only do they dictate behavior to a certain degree, but they also keep us safe, right? So the food that we eat is safe, that the place we work at is safe, that the appliances we use are safe, so that when you plug your toaster in and throw it into the tub, it works the way it's supposed to work. Don't throw your toaster in the tub, folks. That's just, first you got to get another toaster, and that's a whole other thing. My point is that rules and regulations are, in fact, important. I mentioned the food thing, right? Did you know that there's an acceptable level of mouse feces in your food? I want to say that again. An acceptable level. So it was some guy's job to sit in front of a vat of food, whatever it may be, and go, okay, half a pound mouse feces, that's too much. A tenth of a pound, sweet spot. That's how they work that out. I find that amazing. And what I find particularly amazing, folks, is that people are ignoring things like vaccinations. Some more rules and regs to keep us all safe, right? People don't believe in vaccinations anymore. They're all freaking out. It causes autism, blah, 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 blah. You know what may not cause autism? Vaccinations. You know what may cause issues? Dumbass parents. That's what I'm saying. Right? If rubella makes a comeback, and by the way, rubella is not an Italian dish, although it could be. I have some rubella. That's what my mom would say. It's so good. We did a little fry with some olive oil. It's very nice. My point is, if rubella's making a comeback, maybe time to rethink how you're living your life.
Thanks very much, Lou. And now for some Meltdown stupidness. So here we have 19 ridiculous rules begging to be broken. And these are all done via graphics. So Jeff and I have a monitor here. We're going to put these up for you at home. And let's go to our first one. We don't speak Pig Latin, Klingon, or Starbucks. Please order a small, medium, or large. Thank you to whoever came up with this. This is brilliant. I like that. I can't stand going into Starbucks. A lot of people say they won't drink anything but I do not want to be a part of a culture just to buy a lousy cup of coffee. That's just the way it is.
You're a Tim Hortons guy anyways.
I'm a Tim Hortons guy.
Yeah.
And it's so simple. Small, medium, large, extra large. How much simpler could it be?
Right. Please order a small.
Good Lord. Here's our next one. You ready, Jeff?
Okay, yes.
Please do not speak to the tea specialist. And if you basically look at that, here, can I actually increase this? Yeah, basically it says speak to the register instead. The tea specialist has a very important job to do, making your tea.
Wow. Yeah, so I guess they have to focus. The safety comes first. Like the old signs, I don't think they have them in buses anymore. Well, of course, bus drivers or bus operators are sort of isolated the way buses are set up. But, do not speak to the operator. Remember those signs?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but that's a safety issue, right? In this case, it's like, please do not talk to the tea specialist.
Well, they're busy making tea. They've got to focus on tea.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I don't know where the bathroom is, all right? Yeah. I'm making your mint julep tea or whatever. Mint julep tea, if that even exists. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Here's another one. I like this one. It is absolutely prohibited to shit on the floor.
Well, I hope so.
I don't know where this sign is. I have no idea where it came from. I think we should probably all have one in our restrooms at home, just for guests.
It kind of looks like the top is perhaps Finnish, perhaps Finland. I could be completely wrong about that. Perhaps Denmark.
It could be. It could be.
It certainly looks like that general part of the world.
I don't know. Is floor shitting a thing there? Or,
well, I'm glad that although people do that actually, it's kind of sad. I mean, in some cases, people have, they've got issues, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But it's good that sign exists.
Yeah.
Make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah. If you're going to do it, just don't do it here.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Okay, moving on. If you see this vehicle driven in an unsafe manner, please don't call us. It increases our insurance. I like that. I very much like that. I think that's well, first of all, it's very accurate.
Yeah, it's like those bumper stickers. How's my driving? 1-800-EAT-SHIT.
Yeah, but not on the floor.
Yeah, and I like how it's separated. It's like, if you see this vehicle driven in an unsafe manner, please don't call us. It increases our insurance.
Yeah, I like that. It's like nice little break. You're not expecting that.
Yeah.
Moving on. This vending machine has no cups. Please do not cup your hands underneath it instead. Unless you're an idiot. I would add at the bottom, unless you're a fucking moron, or have a separate sections for morons, Use your hands instead if you're an idiot.
If you're getting some hot coffee...
Would you even consider doing that, Jeff? I don't think anybody in the world would consider doing that.
I would have to be so desperate for water, and I do drink a lot of water, but I have to be so desperate for water that and it would have to be water, because if it was hot coffee, well, obviously that would scald my hands, so I wouldn't do it in that case. No, it would have to be a very, very extreme situation for me to cup my hands.
Well, hang on a second, Jeff. You're taking me to a weird place here. First of all, if it was water that was in the vending machine, it would have to be bottled water.
You're right.
Right? Because they don't distribute water from vending machines that aren't in bottles, so you could use your hands.
Yeah.
What we're looking at here is either, I think they're talking about, hot things, hot chocolate, coffee, tea. That's what I'm thinking. So,
you're right. So I would not do this. And
thank you.
So why?
Thank you, Jeff.
So what's the point of having the machine, though? It begs the question. There's coffee in there.
Yeah,
there's just nothing to put it in.
Another sign that would work better would be out of order, I think. All right, moving on. It says, do not blow on the edge connector. So this is a Nintendo game piece.
All right.
I don't know why this is funny. Unless there's a position called edge connector, then I would find that hilarious.
Yeah, don't blow on the edge connector.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, that sounds like
That
sounds like it makes sense. Just don't do that. There's electricity and.
I guess so. I don't know. Let's go to the next one because this one's here's. Oh yeah, please do not put stickers on the. Please do not put stickers on the painting sign. And of course, it's covered in stickers. So
that just begs you to put stickers on the please do not put stickers on the sign.
Yeah, that's very funny.
Man.
Oh, yes, I like that one. Let's go to the next one. In light of recent events, no Oreos will be allowed in the library. Now, what do Oreos do to a library, Jeff?
Oh man, this is causing me to want to write a Fringe show about Oreos in the library. This has given me a great idea for a show you could do at the Fringe.
Okay.
Yes, Oreos in the library. In light of recent events, the Oreo events that have been going on lately, like they stack themselves.
So what is this, just a crumb situation? Is it just crumbs?
I don't know.
I mean, that's any cookie, really. And Oreos are not the crummiest of the cookies, let me tell you that much. Ginger snaps. Well, there's a crummy cookie.
It's very specific, isn't it?
It is very specific.
You can bring other cookies, apparently, into this particular library. Just no Oreos.
Yeah, I don't get this one, but it's still kind of funny. All right, moving on. We've got private sign, do not read. This is fucking hilarious. I love this.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this. It almost makes me want to actually make one and just put it out front of the house.
Private sign, do not read. Oh, too late now.
Ah, damn it.
It's like those, those advertisements that say you just proved that bench advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I prove that all the time.
Yeah. All right.
Private sign, do not read. I keep reading it.
Okay, here's the next one. Let's see. This one says, do not use soft wax as earplugs or for any other function that involves insertion into a body cavity.
Okay. Well, at the top it says candles are near the top. Candles are designed to place on birthday cakes only.
Yeah.
But if I'm not putting one up my ass.
Yeah. Or my ears.
Or my ears.
Yeah. Do not do that.
And they have to be lit.
Yes.
Is there a lit candle up my ass? Yes, there is. It's my birthday, so who cares?
I'm going to town. Breaking all the rules on my birthday. I'm going to have my friends take me to Australia and get me really hammered.
You'd have to walk like this, though.
Yeah, well,
otherwise it's going to fall out.
Only for a little while. Then once the flame reaches your ass,
then you're running like this.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Hopefully, what have we got here? Whomever keeps adding "og" to the end of my door sign, stop it, Dr. Hedge. Well, Dr. Hedge. There you go.
Is it or is it Hedja? Hedja.
Maybe it's Hedja, but when you put og on the end of it, it becomes hedgehog.
Just pick any word that begins with H.
Yeah.
Hedge hockey.
All right, moving on. We've got, we don't eat in your bed, so please don't sleep at our tables.
Well, she's older. Maybe she needs that afternoon nap.
For all we know, she's been waiting 45 minutes for her damn lunch.
And she'd like to talk to the tea preparer or whatever it's called, but... he or she is too busy preparing teas.
Yeah.
And if she could talk to the tea preparer, she could maybe get her tea in 2 seconds instead of the 45 minutes. And now she has to wait and she's getting tired. And
Falling asleep. I would. All right, moving on. Here we go.
talking about the candles.
Talking about the candles here. So keep your cell phones off. Don't put anything in your ass, and hold on to the steering wheel. I'm assuming this is a border crossing of some kind, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Well, hang on a second. Actually, the arrow is pointing toward the ass. So turn off your phone, shove it in your ass, and keep your hands on the wheel.
I'm not crossing that border.
I don't know what the hell this is, but I think we should show Lou the next time he joins us. Just say, Lou, before we start the show, we got a graphic. Do you know what this means?
Might have something to say about this.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Moving on.
All right, moving on.
In case of fire, exit building before tweeting about it, which is great. And it's actually a really good rule, but most people will break it because as soon as they smell smoke, it's like, oh, I smell smoke in the building.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. This is for personal safety, folks. Don't be stupid.
Man. And they put before in red, which is good. That is further cementing the idea that you should exit the building before going on social media.
Exactly.
To tell people about the fire that could kill you.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Sorry, please no hair rollers when dining in our restaurant. Thank you, management. I don't know why hair rollers.
Suddenly I'm thinking about a Coen Brothers film where there would be like bright orange, and they would you'd have plenty of women from Arizona in hair rollers eating their meal. Doesn't that strike you as an early Coen Brothers film?
It could, but what would that have to do? What is there a hazard? Is there a germ hazard with this? Or,
maybe it's just an aesthetic thing. They don't want to see women with hair curlers. I don't know.
Maybe they just don't. That's true. That's right. Maybe they just want. Okay, moving on. What do we got here? Do not hump. Now, I knew that you would know this. So why don't you quickly explain what that means?
Well,
that's a train, obviously.
Yeah, that's a railway car. That's definitely in a freight yard. There's a thing called a hump yard, and what you do is a locomotive pushes a batch of cars, not a train, but a batch of cars up a hill or a hump, and you pull the pin. In other words, you uncouple the car one or two at a time. There's a foreman that tells you let two go, let one go, let three go. And they control the cars as they're going down the hump, down the hill. And of course, there's various switches, and that's how they can switch trains. But taken out of context, it does look hilarious.
Well, yeah, for you sex maniacs, just stay away from the train and don't do anything to it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Moving on, here we go. Ball pit rules: take your shoes off, keep the balls in the ball pit, be safe, have fun, and keep your pants on.
Keep your pants on.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Moving on. This one says, "Do not walk on ceiling."
Well,
right? See, when Jeff came over today, because it's snowing outside, and he came in, and we have a mat in the front, and I said, "Don't walk on the floor, please." And he said, "Oh yeah, what? I should walk on the ceiling?" And I said, "Funny you should say that, Jeff, because that pertains to one of our shows today."
Wow.
And there you go. Here's our very last one.
Mm-hmm. Very last one.
No walking and no biking. I'm not sure what happened here. Oh, I know exactly what this was. It was just like, oh my God, look at there's a bike attached to the sign that says no bikes. Let me go up and do the walking guy, and you take a picture of it, and maybe it'll go virus, because he didn't know that the right word was viral. All right, so that's our look at rules and regulations, and next week, ooh boy, do we have a juicy topic. I don't know how much it applies here in Canada, although I know it does. I think out in Western Canada there are certain areas that engage in this, but I know it's in the States. There's numerous places, and we're going to be talking about polygamy. So having multiple partners and married to all of them. I mean, quite frankly, I don't know why anybody would be interested. You know, I have enough to deal with one wife. I wouldn't want more. And I'm sure if you asked her, she'd say the exact same thing about me. So why do people do it? What are the benefits of doing it? What are the dangers of doing it? And how do you know if you're in a good polygamous relationship or you're not? That's the thing, right? And, let's ask the fundamental question. Were human beings meant to be polygamous in the first place? If you don't know the answer to that, join us next week and find out. Until then, I'm Norm.
I'm Jeff.
And we'll see you